Good afternoon students. Welcome to Physics IIT class of 8th class. So this is the day 1 of IIT. So almost you have to complete 3 lessons in 3 topics in the 9 days from 8th October to 16th October. What are the 3 topics once we will go through? First is the kinematics and next one is the sound and third one is light. Okay, kinematics, sound and light. I hope these are the not new topics for you. Already in the 7th class IIT you have finished all the 3 topics, kinematics, sound as well as light. Yes or not? So here if we consider 9 days for these 3 lessons, we have to take each lesson for 3 days. 9 days will be finished. If possible, we will also complete worksheet also in these 3 days. So, first topic is kinematics. Don't be panicked regarding the IIT classes. These are just introduction of the previous classes. In 7th class, we have kinematics, sound and light. Briefly, we will go through once again that same topics, little bit depth. Okay. So, now today we will go with the kinematics, lesson number 1. This is day 1 class. What is kinematics actually? What is kinematics? Can you guess the answer? I know everyone is familiar with the answer. Kinematics is nothing but the body, the motion of an object, the energy produced by a body in motion is called as kinematics. The energy produced when the body is moving, when the body is making any work, the energy produced by the body is called as kinematics. The energy produced by a body in motion is called as kinematics. So this is familiar. Okay. Now we will learn about distance as well as displacement. A little more detailed time. Listen carefully. Distance and displacement. What is distance? What is displacement? These are not new terms. These are already you have learned. So what is distance? What is displacement? A short little bit difference between them both. So distance is the actual path we are traveling. For example, I am going from A to B. This is a path which I have travelled. Okay. This is the path which I have travelled. Got it? This is the distance travelled by me. Whereas displacement means I am going from A to B, right? Displacement means the shortest path travelled by between 2 points. Is it the shortest path which I have travelled? Is it the shortest path? Is it the shortest path? These are all the possible ways which I have been travelling, right? This is the shortest path. The shortest path between A and B is straight line. Is there any other option other than straight line to move from A to B? So A to B is the displacement. Got it everyone? The straight line is called as displacement. Distance A to B is the shortest path. Distance A to B is the actual path. Displacement A to B is the shortest path. I hope you have understood this. If I am traveling from A to B, it may take 60 meters for me to travel. If I take from A to B here displacement, it takes only 30 meters. Yes or not? So 30 meters is shorter than 60 meters. So 60 meters is the distance and 30 meters is the displacement. Understood everyone? One more example. For example, if I am traveling from P to Q and Q to R. So here my distance is 5 meters. From P to Q, from Q to R, my distance is 5 meters. Okay, this is the distance. So what will be displacement? Any more chances? Straight line is one more displacement. P to Q is also a straight line is called as displacement. So this will take almost 7 meters. So which is shortest path? 7 meters is the shortest path. So 7 meters is the displacement. And again I am moving from R to, yes, it is also 5 meters. What is the distance travelled by me? 5 meters plus 5 meters plus 5 meters, 15 meters. Okay. Again I am moving from S to T. Again it is taking 5 meters. So how much distance I have travelled? 20 meters. Okay. So what is the displacement now? Displacement. Displacement means this is the point where I have started. This is the point where I have ended. Here this is the point where I have started. This is the point where I have ended. So displacement is 30. So here the starting point and ending point both are same. So what is my displacement? So my displacement is 0. Got it? Whereas distance is equals to 20 meters. Distance is equals to 20 meters for this, and displacement is 0 meters. No displacement done by it. Why? Because I have started at the same point and I have ended at the same point. So there is no possible shortest path. Is it clear? Distance and displacement. Now we will go for some differences. First difference. What is distance? The actual path travelled by a body. What is displacement? The shortest path travelled by the body. Next, distance cannot be 0. Distance will never be 0. Cannot be 0. Distance will never be 0. Why? Because you will go on moving, you will be travelling some distance. So distance will not be 0. Whereas displacement can be 0. When it will be 0? If I have reached the starting point, then it will be 0. Next, distance can be added by arithmetic means. Just now I have said, for peak to view 5 meters plus 5 meters, it can be done by arithmetic operations. Whereas displacement cannot be done by just like normal arithmetic operations. They need some separate rules. Separate rules should be needed. Okay. Now, distance is a scalar and displacement is a vector. Again comes here, what are scalars, what are vectors? Scalar means the physical quantity which has only magnitude but no direction is called as scalar. Whereas vector, the physical quantity which has both direction and magnitude is called as displacement. I will say what is magnitude, what is direction. I said scalar is distance, right? I said that I have travelled from A to B. This is my distance. It is 60 meters. So 60 meters is my distance. That is magnitude. I am not saying out any directions there. Yes or not? So the 60 meters will come under scalar. Distance is a scalar because it will not say about any direction. Just say about the measurements and some units. That's it. So distance is a scalar. Whereas vector, this vector will say about direction also. This is scalar. This is distance. From A to B is a displacement. For example, I am travelling here in this straight way. I am travelling towards the east direction. So 60 meters, that is 30 meters. Vector is equal to 30 meters towards east. So 30 meters is a magnitude, east is a direction. So displacement is having both magnitude as well as direction. Okay. Displacement is having both magnitude and direction, so it is a vector. Distance is having only magnitude, so it is a scalar. Some examples for scalars are time What's the time right now? If it is afternoon, 9 o'clock, 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock. So we will say, but we are not saying any directions there. So time comes under scalar. Next, what is your weight? 60 kgs, 100 kgs. This comes under scalar. Okay, it will not say about any direction. Whereas displacement. Displacement examples are velocity. We will learn about velocity later. Velocity. These are all comes under velocity because they will be showing some direction. Acceleration is moving forward or raising the speed. So these all things comes under displacement which has direction. They are vectors. If they don't have directions, they are called as scalars. Only magnitude, scalars. Both magnitude as well as direction, vectors. So displacement is a vector quantity, distance is a scalar quantity. Okay. Next topic is speed. This is a general word what we use in our daily word. Go with the speed, increase your speed. The car is moving speedily, the car is moving fastly. These are the words we use to say that the object is moving. Okay, how can we say that it is moving fast or slow? With high speed or low speed? Yes or not? Whereas bike has more speed than the cycle. How can we say all those things? So here speed is defined as the distance travelled by an object in a particular time. Okay. So refresh now. Speed is equals to distance travelled in a particular time. Distance travelled by the body is called as speed. So here I will say one example. A train is moving from A to B. Okay. So what is the point A to B? So how much distance it has travelled? For example, 500 or else 100 kilometers. A to B is travelled from A to B 100 kilometers. Okay. How much time it has taken? 5 hours. Okay. Now what is the speed of the train? Speed is equal to distance by time. Yes or not? So what is the speed of a train here? In 5 hours it has travelled 100 kilometers. It is its speed. How we will find? Speed equals how much distance? 100 kilometers. By time is 5 hours. Distance denoted by T. Yes, it is 5. This is 1. Okay. Now 5 answer 5 times 20 kilometer. It is down, we have nothing, only 1 by hour. So speed of the train is how much? 20 kilometers per hour. That is nothing but in 1 hour train travels 20 kilometers. Okay. In 5 hours it has travelled 100 kilometers. So speed of the train is 20 kilometers per 1 hour. I hope you have understood speed. Speed means the total distance travelled by the body in total time. Okay. The total distance travelled by the body in total time is called as speed. So speed here is denoted by, in CDS system it is measured in meters per second. In MK system it is measured in kilometers per hour. Okay. Now we will study about instantaneous speed. I said that speed is equal to total distance travelled by the body in a total time. Okay. Reason here I am saying, stressing the word total. The total distance travelled by that body in total time. It is called as speed. Now we will go about instantaneous speed. What is instantaneous speed? See, during what we say, nowadays, as due to some traffic rules, we are getting fines on the speed. If we just cross the speed limit, we will be getting fines Yes or not? How do they measure the speed limit? How do they measure the speed of an object? See, if I am traveling, if I travel from A to B, you can measure total time by total distance, no? But at the right moment, how can you measure? See, you will be having speedometers in the cars also. By that only we can say, no, how much speed we are traveling, 30 kilometers per hour, or 50 kilometers per hour. It shows the indication there. If you just move on our speed, the indicator will be moving up. Yes or not? That is nothing but at a particular time, at the same time. For example, at that moment, right now, what is the speed of the car? That is called as instantaneous speed, not total speed, not total time. It shows clearly in the vehicles. Okay. If we are moving the speed, if they are moving in a vehicle, speedometer shows how much speed we are increasing. If we suddenly stop dead, it shows 0. Why? Because we have stopped. No movement is done there. Understood? This is called as instantaneous speed. In the traffic jam, in the traffic rules also, if we are crossing the speed limit while we are traveling, that instantaneous speed will be considered. Okay? So here instantaneous speed means speed at a particular time. This is called as instantaneous speed. Again, different types of speeds also we have. What are the uniform speed? Uniform speed, variable speed, as well as average speed. Okay. What is uniform speed? For example, just now I have said that train is moving 20 kilometers